my question to you two, and I'll answer this well. Should Boston just tank? And I don't mean tank as in lose games, because they in the Eastern Conference, they're not going to lose games. They're going to win games off of pure coaching, pure talent, pure camaraderie, continuity alone. By tank, I mean, should they take their time with getting healthy? So Tatum
Mhm.
obviously going to be out for a very long time. Jaylen Brown has a partially torn meniscus. What the hell does Porzingis have? Because he been out. Something wrong with him. I don't know what's wrong with Porzingis, but they said he has something that's like internally going on. And I don't want to play, guessing game with anybody's situation going on. I see some crazy shit about KP. I ain't even gonna say that about him, but something was going on with him. On top of the fact that Boston, they are in a financial, I don't want to say crisis, but they got a situation on their hands with the second apron, basically giving up more than $500 million to their two best players. And so in my mind, I'm like, I would just take my time with Tatum. I honestly, if I'm Boston, I'm not playing Tatum next year. I just wouldn't play. Just don't play him. Let him get healthy. Take a year off, because we've seen what Achilles injuries do to players. It changes the way that you play the game. It changed KD to some extent. It's changed Kobe to some extent. So it changes how you can play the game. And I don't even want to play with that, having him do the Achilles injury, come back in February, and then he hurts himself again. I need him to be a fully 100% good to go come next season. Same with Jaylen Brown with the meniscus. So I would, quote unquote, tank and just say, let's just take a year to just, if we make the playoffs with Pritchard and whoever, cool. But I'm not going to rush my stars back.
I'm on the mindset of, when you say the word tank, I mean the literal word tank. Okay. And what I mean by that is that we're going to see a different Boston Celtics team anyway. Pritchard, he's finna head for a paycheck. He's about to be out here. Jrue Holiday, he's about to be gone. I think we've definitely seen his best days. KP, he's out of here. Horford, is he gonna retire? Is he coming back? I guess we'll find out. Bro. Like, Derek White, I think the Celtics would definitely pay him. He's Mr. Consistent himself, but he's gonna cost you. At the end of the day, like, these two players getting hurt, it hurts them. But you see what works, because at the end of the day, these two dudes still been to the NBA Finals, three times, and you see what works. Like that, you talk about a core. These two are your core. Even though you're paying $500 million for them, they got you to the promised land, and they're worth every penny, probably even more. I mean, ain't no probably about it, even more. But they're probably, the way the Celtics probably gonna look at it as well, as they look at it as, if we can trade one of these players, we can load up on picks. We'll probably get a top 3 pick anyway in the upcoming draft, because, just Tatum, I think they should definitely hold Tatum out as well. Keep him out for the rest of the season. Ain't no reason to rush him back. So that'll leave Jaylen Brown. And again, I've said on this podcast plenty of times before, if you ask me who I want between Brown and Tatum, I'm taking Brown. I'm pretty sure the Celtics don't feel the same way. If they do, I'd be completely surprised. But at the end of the day,
talks with him. There have been trade talks with him, like slick.
They've been trade talks with Jaylen Brown for the last couple of years, though. Last few years.
Yeah.
And, and it's been ignored. But now it's time to pay everybody. And again, money gonna definitely talks. Can the Celtics afford to keep everybody? For the most part, I think so. And you one of my favorite quotes of yours, the cap space is cap. So they can make whatever they want to work. It's just a matter of, do I want to pay $1 billion in luxury tax? Like, again, $1 billion for an owner to pay in luxury tax fees is crazy. And I'm pretty sure the owner is not going to do that, let alone pay $500 million for 2 players alone. I'm not sure if the Celtics wire like that. We ain't seen any teams wire like that, especially with this second apron. So it's definitely something to keep your eye on. And again, I think we're going to see a completely different Celtics team next season.
I think for that reason, based on how the Celtics construct their team previously, I feel like you're going to probably have to make a decision on, maybe not next year, but maybe the year afterwards when Tatum is fully healthy, because they built their team on having a good young star player, or 2 of them in this case, going to go get some veteran players. So Porzingis veteran, Jrue Holiday veteran, Derek White veteran, and at a reasonable price, I would say. And then you drafted well, getting Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, and these other players. So it's kind of like, if they want to continue the way that they're going, they're going to have to make a decision at some point because you cannot afford to pay two dudes $300 million. That's just not the economics of that just don't make sense. Sharky said the second April ain't cap. It ain't cap at all. The second April ain't no joke.
They need to take a page out of the Sixers book from what they did this season.
What? Just chill and
develop the young talent, even though even the young talent got hurt. I mean, you able to pay Maxey and Embiid, so I mean, again, you can keep two superstars around to build a team around, and Paul George. So again, you're able to keep three superstars on the same team, but it's just a matter of how you get that shit done.
You gotta have them in tiers. Like I mentioned before, you gotta have your main star player, your secondary star who he might be a max, but not quite a max, and then a very good, probably veteran that's like on the back nine of his career to construct the roster, because you can't have, there are no more big threes. Shout out to our podcast. There are no more big threes, because if you have a big three, you the Grizzlies. The rest of your team is trash. That's just how it is. So you gotta construct it in a way that's kind of like a staircase. You gotta have a player up here, a player right here, a player right here, and then everybody else kind of falls in line. That means you gotta be good at your job if you a GM. You gotta be good at your job if you're a coach. Which the Boston, I mean, historically, good GM, good coaches, good overall player development system. Which is why I'm thinking that probably within 2 years, somebody gonna be gone between Tatum and Brown, based on the numbers, the economics of it. It don't make sense to have those two. Who else you paying? Once Drew Holiday is on the decline, Derek White gonna get paid by somebody else. KP can't play. Al Horford about to retire, so it's just like Sharky stupid. Sharky said, "What big 3 degrees cat?" You're right,
financial.
You're right. My bad.
Financial 1.5. Progressed players.
There you go. By the books, a big 3. That's what it is. By the books, not on the court.
I got your back, dog.
But yeah, that's how I see it with Boston, man. And I don't know. I'm curious to how they're gonna do it next season, because Tatum is not playing next year. I don't see the reason why he needs to play. I wouldn't risk it.
The plan A needs to be for them to keep these two, Tatum and Brown, Derek White, and get a top 3 pick going into next season, or going to, I guess, the following season. That'll be going to us talking about the Celtics around this time next season. I mean, I guess we've been talking about them in the E-Dash, but going to next season, that needs to be their plan A. Get a top 3 pick, because again, you get a top 3 pick rookie and you draft it well, and you ain't got to pay him. You got him on a rookie contract, so you can bring in a couple other players. Again, middle players, you know what I'm saying? But this is your core. These two and Derek White is your future core. I'm telling you, the fact that Derek White ain't made an All-Star game or in All NBA, it works in his favor.
Man, you got me.
I guess it works in the Celtics' favor, not his favor.
You got me thinking, bro. I'm like, what if you just trade Jaylen Brown to like the Sixers and get the 3rd pick in the draft this year, and then get Dylan Harper or Ace Bailey, whoever's available at that point? I mean, they probably won't do that because that's in their division, interconference, and that's a rival. But a move like that is how you kind of restart your clock with your finances. But yeah,
San Antonio, y'all need to be knocking on the. I'm telling you, San Antonio, y'all need to be calling. Y'all need to get my boy. I would love to cheer for Jaylen Brown, bro, but I cannot see myself cheering for the Celtics. But if Jaylen Brown is in a Spurs uniform, all hell gonna break loose, bro.
I ain't ready for that.
It can happen.
I ain't ready for it.
It can happen, bro.